Okay, boy, do I have some tea for y'all today. So, y'all know I came on before and I talked about how I had a ram in the bush. Here's an update. So, after all of what took place when I went back to my job, today I spoke with my principal supervisor and he gave me a couple of options. He said, here's what you can do. First, you need to contact the administrative secretary because you didn't go into work today and there wasn't a request for you to be off in their system. Y'all, I put in a request on Monday to be off today. In addition to that, the principal told me yesterday, when I went in yesterday, that I was not supposed to be on the premises. I'm so confused about all of this. You tell me I'm not supposed to be there. Then when I don't come, you mad or not mad, but now I got a notification that, oh, wait a minute, I don't see a notification for her to be off. Well, thank God that I took off on Monday because God cleared that on Monday. But you already told me yesterday that I wasn't supposed to be there. I'm so confused. So I digress. Keeping it moving, right? Keeping it pushing. So that's one thing that he said. Make sure that you reach out to the administrative secretary so that you can see what was going on in terms of you not being in the system to be off today. In addition to that, y'all, this is my other question. Y'all done split up my classes. Okay. So you was fussing at me about being there yesterday when I came to clean out my classroom. But you split up my classes. So if I did come today, like if I hadn't already planned to not be there, what would I have been doing? Who would I have been teaching if my classes were already split up? That's what I would like. And then in addition to that, they said, now I got to put this is the second thing. I have to put in a request to the assistant principal to pick up the remainder of my items. If y'all would have just let me finish doing what I was doing yesterday, then we wouldn't be going through all of this. I would have all of my stuff. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, and then I can keep it pushing. Y'all dragging out this process and making it more dramatic than it has to be. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing is he stated that if I desire to stay with the school system, then I should resend my resignation to HR to see if they would allow me to still be in the system. If I'm still in the system, then I would still be a part of the school. That's what I don't want. Okay. Then he's like, you would still be a part of the school, and then you would then be able to have a conversation with the principal about what took place between the two of you and what challenges, happened and all of that jazz. And then we could work on the best steps moving forward. And he was like, this is only an option if this is something that you desire to do. And if I were you, I would call them either today, because they're still open, or earliest tomorrow morning, because by Monday it'll be too late. Y'all, why does it got to be so stressful? Just why does this have to be so stressful? These people crazy. I mean, I don't want to say they're crazy, but like all of this, all of this is happening. And to me, it is a sign from God telling me to let go. Let go and let God. So remember, I said through all of this, God has been my saving grace. And that's not to say still that, my experience yesterday having a ram in the bush is invalid. That all of that took place is still valid. So because to be a melanated woman and you're dealing with these the racial tension, anything could have happened if he wasn't there. Maybe they would have called the police. I have no idea. But we know that things can get heightened when situations do not go the way that they see fit for them to go. And so thank God that wasn't the case. And I was able to walk away and come home. Because at the end of the day, we just want to come home. We want peace and we want to come home. So I'm grateful that I was able to come home. Um, Yeah, this whole process is just really mind-boggling to me. That the principal would tell me that I'm not supposed to be on the premises. She said a couple things. She said you can't be here cleaning out your classroom while the kids are here. Y'all split up my classes. So what else was I supposed to do? Then it turned from, because I did tell her, I said, like I said to y'all, yeah, I gave y'all my vibe check and I told y'all that I was like, I want to get the rest of my stuff. I'm going to get the rest of my stuff. And she's like, all right, well, then we're going to call HR. In the midst of that, if you're telling me that I cannot be on the premises, you're calling HR if I don't leave, or you might call the, local law enforcement if I don't exit. Now I got to schedule an appointment to pick up my belongings. Who in their right mind would want to rescind their resignation? Because my question now is, let's say I did rescind my resignation letter. What would that do? I don't want to sit down and mediate. I don't want to be in this building. I don't want to have a conversation about the inequities that are going on because it's already seen, heard, dealt, y'all, and you're not helping. So still in all of this that's happening, y'all still making a mess. It's more chaotic than it has to be. Looking for simplistic, effective skincare, minimalist yet beautiful lipsticks and glosses? Check out esteemmatters.com. We also have beard care for men, great stocking stuffers and gifts for this season and beyond. I also want to share that in terms of mediation, there was no preparation and there was no mediation. Like, in before I even stepped into this fifth grade classroom, there should have been a lot more preparation. Now, don't get me wrong, as an educator, there are things that I am very skillful at doing. I know how to stay in my lane. Dance, we got that. I see you. Pre-K babies, y'all learning y'all ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, we got that. We're going to sing our ooh la las and all of that, we got that. You need me to teach you how to read, we got that. Literacy, we got that. There's certain elements of content that I know my lane. Math, love you, but today's math, love you from afar. Don't come close to me, stay over there. And what they winded up doing, which was not wise at all, was placing me, because I had to co-teach, right? So they took somebody who that wasn't their area of expertise. And not only was that not their area of expertise, but they went from teaching 3-year-olds to now teaching 10-year-olds. Okay. Content, curriculums, totally different. Here, we playing with Play-Doh. Here, we playing with graphic organizers. You know what I'm saying? And calculators and things like that. Like, it make some sense. And bless the other teacher's soul, bless her soul. But to know that she was not well equipped either, not to say that she wasn't, she didn't have the experience and the knowledge, because she had been working in education for years, worked in administration, all of the things that you could think of. I believe she did. Beautiful woman. The preparation part that I want to take note of is, as a leader, it's not wise to put somebody who doesn't know a content and everything is new to them with somebody who hasn't taught the content. And y'all like, oh yeah, we're going to put y'all together and y'all going to co-teach and y'all going to make rainbows pop out of the Skittles. Yeah, I said rainbows pop out of the Skittles because that's exactly how that union sounds. Impossible. Instead of putting somebody who is ill experienced with somebody who is experienced. Like, they know the content, they know the curriculum, they can teach it forwards and backwards, they can do somersaults with it. And then you put the two of them together and they can work together and make sweet smelling donuts. Okay? A sweet smelling aroma. That wasn't the case here at all. So from the jump, I was not prepared for this. I mean, of course, God prepared me, but that's on a spiritual level. That's something different, y'all. Okay. And then there was no mediation. I told these people, and when I say these people, I'm talking about the principal and the assistant principal heard me as well. But there were emails that I sent to the principal. There were conversations that were had with the principal. I also talked to two counselors that were there. So like I was seeking my own therapy in house, you know what I'm saying, to be like, look, y'all, I need some help. And they're like, yeah, okay, we understand. At the end of the day, at the middle of the day, at the beginning of the day, my main concern is that there was no resolve. So we did not mediate. And that should have been something that was handled from the principal. It should have never got to where it got to. But when God is in it, when he's in the midst of everything that's going on, you can't control the outcome. We might see things in a way in our minds. We might see things happening or manifesting in a certain way. When it actually manifests itself in real time, it unravels or it comes to fruition in a way that we did not expect. And so if that's how God wanted it to be, then so be it. But that's my takeaways. There was no resolve, was no preparation, was no mediation, and it just wasn't proper organization from the jump. And I did the best that I could do with my experience, with my knowledge. And when all of this chaos is cooking up, God is not the author of confusion. So if it's a whole bunch of confusion going on, you gotta question, okay, who's in control in this situation? And when I think about the passage of scripture that talks about different principalities and all that, it's in Ephesians. Go look up that address, Ephesians 6 to be exact, okay? Different domains, different powers, different rulers of darkness and all of this stuff. So whose domain was I in? Who was the ruler of darkness in this environment? No shade, just reality. Because y'all trying to reject the light. And that's not to say that there's not other lit spots in there. It's some beautiful, blessed people in the environment. But some of us really get this warfare thing happens to us in different ways. And I was listening to a sermon by Miles Monroe, and he was talking about how when you experience challenges, it's not because God is upset with what you're doing. It's actually because, or one of the reasons is because he's preparing you for that next level of elevation. Do you love rocking abstract divine colors that accent your unique style? At Unique Ear, our hand-painted wooden earrings are uniquely crafted with you in mind. Visit www.uniqueear.store today for your personalized ear art. So everything is disrupted because where you are no longer suits you. So everything new that has to be manifested in your life has to rise up to the level where you are. And so in these new environments, not to say that there's never going to be friction, not to say that at all, because it's life, things happen, things come up. But all of what's taking place is just proof that I have outgrown this environment, because I don't got time for the tit for tat. That's not me. I don't have time to prove to you who I am. I know who I am. I'm a chosen generation. I'm a royal priesthood. I know who I am. There's no confusion there. So I'm not fitting to be in your environment where this is your domain or you have dominion over this. There's a song by I always get the Nelsons confused, if it's Jason Nelson or if it's Jonathan Nelson, but I believe it's Jason Nelson. There's a song by Jason Nelson called Dominion. And what I love about the song is that he is declaring and decreeing that the enemy no longer has dominion over him. And that's what I'm doing. You no longer have dominion over me. No longer have rule over me. You no longer have dominion over me. Go check that song out, y'all, because it'll bless you. Love the music banging in your ear with each episode? Be sure to message Life's Essence directly at life'sessence@protonmail.com for inquiries on how to acquire the dopest music that represents your brand. So I wanted to document this experience also in real time so that I don't forget what happened on my end. But nobody should have to deal with all of this. And then to say that you didn't receive notification that I wasn't going to be there today, but the system, when you request off, automatically sends it to the parties that need to receive it. Y'all got it any other time. So why was today any different? I'm confused about that. And then last thing, the supervisor was like, if you desire to go to work tomorrow because it's your last day, that's totally up to you. What am I going to do if I go in there, y'all? Like, what am I going to do? Count the sheep on the wall? Like, what realistically can I do if you already split up the classes that I had? There's nothing for me to do. There's nothing for me to teach. The only wise thing would be to allow me to get my things. That's it. And the rest of my stuff, I could just get it in the morning when the kids are not even there. So I don't understand the system, and it ain't working. It ain't working. They say if it's broke, don't fix it. If it's broke like this, I don't know who would try to fix it. Cause this is some hot mess, y'all. Like really, really hot mess. So, no acronym right now. I am trying my best to process all of this in real time. And still, I trust God. God is still amazing. He is still at the forefront of my life. He is still operating in this, through this. And this just proves to me that I've done everything that I could possibly do. I've done the things that we hear people say, like in terms of what we would call or consider to be normal things. Okay, reach out to those people who are advocates who can stand in the gap for you and all that. I did that. And we still come into the same conclusion. So, with that being said, it is time for me to step into what God has called me to do. There is so much more beyond this. And what's happening right now really is a distraction from my ultimate calling. And I am so blessed that I am in my right state of mind, because I could not imagine, if my mental capacity wasn't the way that it is, how I would handle all of these situations. I'm so grateful that I have family in my life that support my decisions, and they encourage me and motivate me to keep going. And they're like, look, whatever you decide to do, we got you. And so I'm grateful for that. But I pray for those who may not have that, or those who are scared to step out on faith because of what they think might happen. This is me telling you that this is my leap of faith. I don't know what's on the other side of this, but I trust God, and I believe that He has everything that I stand in need of taken care of. So I let my guard down. I relinquish everything over to Him, and I'm trusting that God would bless me exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ever ask or think. And I'm believing Him for the outcome. I also believe that I am mature enough to handle the response, God's response to my prayers. I'm really, really optimistic, and I pray for the best for those students. I pray for the best for the teachers in that environment that still have to deal with these inequities. And I pray God's will be done, because I did what I was supposed to do. I planted the seed. Now it's time for somebody else to come and water it. And I also planted the seed to stop a cycle in my life. So take that, devil. I'm a survivor, and that is my take. Hey, y'all, hey. Do these words that part from my lips resonate with you? Our goal is to impact, empower, motivate, and inspire our OBU tribe to take action and implement change in your lives. Wherever you are in your journey, you too have something of value to offer the world. Become a part of our OBU tribe And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button to get first dibs on the jewels we drop. And remember that you have everything you need to succeed. See yourselves where you want to be and go there.